So I went to the gym and I was like all pumped up, full of endorphins. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna film this video now. And that's why also my first video, I looked like, I went to the gym because I did. So
And I'd love to hear more about, I know you started a YouTube channel. I'll obviously link that above and below. But what drove you to start that? What have you learned? What's your experience been related to that?
you did. No, okay, you did though. Like actually, contributed a significant portion to me starting a YouTube channel. I don't even know if you remember. I reached out to you like a really long time ago, when I first got my job, and you were so nice, and you actually responded to
Thanks.
me, which I did not expect at all. Yeah, by the way, guys, Ken actually responds to people, so it's that's like really refreshing. Yeah, and I just chatted with you, and at that time, that just like realizing that you were not somebody that's just so different from me, and I could be someone that's almost like you, being able to make YouTube videos that can help people. So that was like kind of in the back of my head. I definitely wasn't like, wow, I talked to Ken, let's start a YouTube channel now. Sorry, but it wasn't. But that was like kind of, the first step. And then as time went on, there was like this combination of people like asking me questions that they would ask me like pretty much the same question a lot. So I was like, if only I had a YouTube video or a resource that I could direct them to, so I don't have to repeatedly answer the same question, and, and not do like the best job because I probably like will be missing stuff. So that's like something else that came up. And then finally, it was like the quarantine. I was just really bored. So all those things kind of came together. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to start a YouTube channel. And the first video I did, I had like no courage, because I'm actually really scared of all forms of social media. Like I literally just started using LinkedIn, and I don't post on anything else because I don't know why. I'm just scared of social media. So I could not get the courage to do this. So I went to the gym and I was like all pumped up, full of endorphins. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna film this video now. And that's why also my first video, I looked like, I went to the gym because I did. So that's how I started. And then I sent Ken my first video actually. He was like, oh, this is good. You can like, here are some things that you can probably improve on as well, like, audio quality. And I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. So I went and actually like fixed some of these things. And that's kind of how it all started.
That's awesome. Well, there's one thing I wanted to point out with how you reached out to me, right? I think that you did a really good job of connecting and writing a message that I would likely respond to. It might have been just slightly long for my taste, but aside from that, there's a huge element of one, like you thank someone for whatever their work, you say how you know them. So it's like, oh, you came through my YouTube channel, I watch your videos, whatever that might be. But you also provided some sort of social proof for like, oh, I landed this data science job recently, and thank you or whatever it might be. But these are some of the questions I had. The fact that you're committed enough to have gotten a job, to me, suggests that okay, this person isn't going to waste my time, right? There are plenty of people that reach out that have never done a data science project, that have never even tried to research a lot of these answers online. And to me, that's like, well, that's a really low hanging fruit. It's not that much harder to Google something than it is to send me a message. And I feel like that's a little disrespectful of my time sometimes. So, in your case, you would obviously put in a lot of the legwork already, and you're asking questions that are unique to you. They aren't something that you could very easily find. And I will always respond, or almost always respond, to messages like that if I have time. And that's the thing, is that I probably now get, between all of the platforms, 150, 200 messages a day. And so I do my best, but I obviously fall behind at this point. But if you want to get my attention, there's definitely some steps that you can take, or anyone's attention, to have a conversation. There's a right way to go about these things and a wrong way to go about these things. So I've talked about this a lot in a couple of the other interviews and stuff that I've done, but I think that that's one of the most important skills that you can learn, is how to properly communicate with people online now, which everything is being done.